Hi, everybody. And a special hello to all you newcomers. I got so many comments last week. I'm so sorry if I haven't responded to yours yet. Some of them need some consideration, and I spent my brain power for the week on Tuesday's video. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. It was kind of deep. Today, for Friday, I bring you another Trans Titan Takedown. Though I have somebody who is clearly not a philosophical titan, as we shall see. It is Caitlyn Jenner, who I have lined up for you. Yeah. He qualifies as a titan because of his extremely high profile. And just is very vocal about being trans and the leader of the trans community. Self-appointed, I think, right? And just general level of infamy. So yeah, but not exactly deep. Just some ripe, juicy hypocrisy for us to bunch on going into the weekend. But first, like the video. If you enjoy applying feminism from a materialist perspective with me out here in the garden, and subscribe for more of it. And let's see what good old Caitlyn has to say to Fox News about Lia Thomas. Woo, Fox News. But it's for a good cause, right? You ready?
Japan swimmer Lia Thomas becoming the first ever transgender athlete to win a Division I national championship.
Pushed over the first 350 meters. Thomas wins the NCAA championship. Ended up very close for second, with Wyatt taking it ahead of a late charge from Erica Sullivan in third.
The cheers much louder for the runner-up than for Thomas. Thomas' accomplishment only adding to the big question, should she have been allowed to compete in the first place? Let's bring in with us now Caitlyn Jenner, who's got a lot to say on this. Caitlyn, it's great to have you here. Let me
I bet he does, right? I bet he does.
just set this up by saying that Lia Thomas destroyed the field in the 500-yard freestyle. She was 1.75 seconds faster than the runner-up, but she was 9 seconds slower than the record set by Katie Ledecky back in 2017. So she was faster than all the women in the pool last night, but she's not the fastest woman ever. So how...
What is this guy's deal? Like, she destroyed them. He destroyed them. Sounds different when you say it that way, doesn't it? Anyways, it's faster than all the women in the pool, but not faster than the fastest woman ever. So what are we to make of this? Fortunately, good old Caitlyn here is about to just smash that right out of the gate.
How do we put this all into perspective?
I think she was probably taking it very easy in the race because she knew the world was watching, and she's just going to go fast enough to be able to win the race. Now, I've said from the beginning, I have no problem with Lia Thomas. Lia Thomas has followed the rules, and she's able to swim because of that. My problem that I have here is with the NCAA really going all the way up to the Olympic Committee, other organizations that have allowed this to happen. She's playing within the rules. What I've said from the beginning is the rules aren't tough enough. Just being on testosterone depressants for a year or two, whatever the rules are right now, because they keep changing, obviously is not enough. Lia Thomas just dominated in the pool, and I'm sure she took it quite easily because she didn't want to win by too much.
Isn't that interesting? The triathlete elucidating on his observations of this young athlete's performance. I'm not very athletic myself. I feel like it shows, right? But this guy, if he knows about anything, he knows about sports. He went to the Olympics, for God's sake, right? So, that should kind of carry some weight. And essentially, he was saying that Lia threw the race. Or would have, if trying were required. And that's clearly not fair. But like, sorry, the objections ring so hollow, right? So hollow. When where do you draw the arbitrary line? Who the fuck decides? You? Why? Because you're the elder statesman of trans women? I don't know. Who the fuck did I put this dude in charge, huh? Because it doesn't really matter when you have left material reality as your measurement, as your basis for categorizing things. Where do you draw that arbitrary line? Who knows?
So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. And honestly, I mean, I keep dealing with this stuff all the time. I get so criticized. We were talking earlier, just the other day, sometimes you got to stand up. You got to keep your sense of humor. And there was this.
Isn't that the truth? Ha ha ha!
Pink News in the UK, an LGBT publication, and there was this Emily Chuddy who wrote this article really putting me down from my stance on a lot of these things and say I was anti-trans and on and on and on. So, I put out a tweet that said, well, at least I had the balls to stand up for women and girls in sports.
Oh my god. Oh. How funny. Right? Ha ha. How droll. Because, of course, good old Caitlyn here is one of the big voices who helped get us to where we are and brought us to this conversation in the first fucking place.
Well, that goes viral. And it's been kind of all over. But I'm getting so tired of this woke world. I've done so much for the trans community.
Are those two separate thoughts? That struck me as two completely separate thoughts because apparently he doesn't see the connection there. You're so tired of this woke world? You are? You are. I heard somebody say at one point that, oh, Caitlyn Jenner doesn't play PGA golf with the other women. Yeah, because he's a man. And I guess on some level he knows he's a man. So that's fun. He has, respect for sports. That's really what he's talking about. He's talking about sports, right? Like, not necessarily women. He doesn't have respect for women. Clearly.
Bringing this issue forward, put millions of dollars through my foundation into groups and work so hard to do it. I don't think anybody deserves that, but, that's the big...
He doesn't think anybody deserves to be treated like the lady in the article did, I guess. I don't think he means that nobody deserves to have millions of dollars siphoned to them through foundations. Because, I mean, if he believed that, then he wouldn't have done it, right?
Bigger story is the woke world is out there and we're fighting it. And people have to stand up. So are they...
The woke world is out there and we're fighting it, says Caitlyn fucking Jenner. Yeah, I know. It's old news that this person is a conservative. Whatever. This hypocrisy is just so juicy and just chewy. Sticks in the teeth.
Coming after you because you don't have the opinion on this that feeds their narrative that they expect you to have on this issue?
Yeah, I don't know. This issue's been up a lot. To be honest with you, right now, I'm kind of getting tired of talking about it.
You're getting tired of... Boy, aren't we all, right, ladies? I know I'm getting tired of talking about it. I've been tired of talking about it for a while now. But since they're coming for me and my rights and my legal status and all that good stuff that I liked and need, Not to mention my daughters, my granddaughters. I don't even want to. The future looks bleak at the moment, doesn't it? I'm just, he's tired of talking about it, man. Fuck you, dude. What the hell? You brought it up.
I mean, I was just watching your piece beforehand. I mean, people are dying over in Ukraine. We have a war going on. We have all these issues going on. The trans athlete is such a small part of athletics.
Unless you're the girl behind him in the pool, I would wager. Right. And the whataboutism, once again. The colossal whataboutism. Yeah? Well, you're worried about that thing that I've been hammering on about for the last decade? Why are you worried about that when there's war going on? There was war going on back then, too, in Afghanistan. Y'all didn't give a shit about that. What the fuck? But yeah, now all of a sudden people are starting to notice, really pay attention, and some of us are starting to really get mad. And a few of us are even getting organized. Now you're all like, oh, but wait, we shouldn't be worried about this shit. We should be worried about the recession and the war and the blah, and da-da-da. Please. No. You don't get to erase my definition from the law. Okay? And all just the crazy shit that's gone on legally, not just in this country, but all over the world lately. Y'all don't get to do, pursue all these rule changes and then say, oh, no, don't pay any attention to that. There's important shit going on. Fuck, no.
There's just very few of them that they're getting all this attention.
Good. There should be fewer. There should be none. There should be zero.
Honestly, I would love to talk to Lia Thomas. I would love to sit down for an hour and discuss this issue with her.
I would almost like to be a fly on the wall for that conversation. Boy, you suppose any actual communication is going to happen?
I don't think she's done anything wrong. She's played within the rules, but I want to know what her motivation is. Is she...
No. Played by the rules, just following orders, please. Okay. You just sat here and said it's unfair. If you, of all people, can clock how unfair and ridiculous this is, everyone else can see it too.
Feels good about this.
Well, let's hear
what's going on in her head.
This is Lia Thomas after she won the championship. If we could just play it out so we can hear how people...
I didn't have a whole lot of expectations for this meet. I was just happy to be here trying to race and compete as best as I could.
You've undoubtedly been under the spotlight over the past few months. How have you been dealing with that and reasoning with everything?
I try to ignore it as much as I can. I try to focus on my swimming, what I need to do to get ready for my races, and just try to block out everything else.
So that was Lia Thomas responding after winning the championship.
Okay, I get that. She's trying to block it all out, but it's almost impossible to block that stuff out that she's doing. I respect her 100%, and we live in a free country. To be able to live your life authentically has been the greatest gift in my life, and I hope it is the best for her. And
oh my gosh, man, there's nothing authentic about that right there. Wow. There's nothing authentic about plastic surgery. No. Words mean things. Authenticity requires hard truths and tough love, which obviously somebody denied this man for way too long.
But also with that comes some integrity about what you're doing. She can't block it all out because obviously I think she could have swam that race a lot faster. And she didn't, because she didn't want to get too much attention. If she,
Integrity.
So, yeah, we'll see how it all works out. I would just love to have the opportunity to talk to her and find out what's in her head.
That would be.
Not much. Not any of the criticisms, right? Because he's not taking any of that on board. No. Fuck the haters. Oh, gosh, toxic positivity is, you got to be rife when you're living in a fantasy world, I guess. Yeah, no, I will just see where this goes or whatever. Now you're all of a sudden you're so passive about all this. It's very convenient timing.
An interesting conversation to have. The NCAA said that it was going to adopt new rules on testosterone levels, which it decided to shelve, saying that to do that in mid-season, make a change would be unfair to trans athletes who are already.
Oh my God! Oh no, not the poor trans athletes. We wouldn't want to be unfair to them.
Competing. But here's what Martina Navratilova said. Biologically, Lia holds an unfair advantage over the competition in the women's category, as evidenced by her rankings that have bounced from number 462 as a male to number 1 as a female. Maybe put an asterisk there. Do you believe that this season will forever have an asterisk attached to it?
Boy, I sure hope so.
I don't think it's something I think that needs to be looked into. This whole trans athlete thing is just, I know Christy Nolan.
Boy, it sure is inconvenient for him, isn't it?
In South Dakota banned trans athletes in South Dakota. I don't think she had any, so it wasn't like a big ban. I might have had one, but when you
don't bother to actually look into it or anything, though. No, it's fine.
You ban it like that, and you go across the board. What about this? This subject is so much bigger than that. When you're banning trans athletes, you're banning about female to male trans athletes. It's about what I've heard. Don't hold me on these numbers, but about 49% of trans people are female to male. 51% are male to female. We only hear about the male to female. We never hear about the other side. So banning all trans athletes.
Man. As always, women are the scapegoats, huh? Dang. You're right. It's funny how we only hear about the trans women and the trans men only come up when it's convenient. Kind of like this.
That's not fair. We have to look into it. This really needs to be done on an individual basis.
Okay. I know I made a big argument a couple of weeks ago about taking things on a case-by-case basis. I was talking like rhetorically. Not necessarily on a sex basis. It's because the old system worked pretty damn well. Yeah.
And it needs to be done properly. And sports is good. Everybody deserves to be able to compete in sports.
Mm-hmm. As you have said many times, there's no easy answer to this, but you don't believe this particular instance is fair. Caitlyn, real quick.
There is an easy answer. It's called put him in the boys category. I'm sorry that he's almost 500th in the boys. Practice, motherfucker. Get better. Train. It sounds like it might not be your thing. But being on the girls' team definitely fucking isn't.
We've got to go, but did you try to reach out to Lia Thomas and ask her to sit down with you?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Did you ask Lia Thomas if she'd sit down and talk with you? Or take a phone call? She said no?
I don't know. We'll just got to see how it works out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
we're just going to see how it works out.
The invitation.
That earpiece slipping. It's easy to forget sometimes that this person is like 70 years old or something like that.
Is there. Caitlyn, as always, thank you for joining us today. Really appreciate you coming on at short notice.
Always good to be with you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
All right. And by the way, we've very interesting. Good to get her response to that.
And the controversy is only going to continue to brew because there's 2 more races that she is competing in, the 100 and 200 yard events. Could get a couple more championships.
Competing in, could get a couple more championships. Yeah, gee, I wonder how that's going to go.
It's there. Interesting what Caitlyn said, that she thinks that Lia Thomas was holding back.
That was interesting.
Hey, Sean Hannity.
So I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I agree completely with these 2 random talking heads from Fox News. It's very interesting what Caitlyn Jenner said, isn't it? It's almost admitting that it was easy for Lia to win. And that, there's no competition. It's almost admitting that there's no competition. Like 1 step away. And it's not fair. Not that, he's out campaigning to change this shit or anything. He's just talking to some people on Fox News. I don't know how exactly they got him for this. I mean, it's a legit get, I guess. A trans athlete talking about a trans athlete, They can't say they didn't get the representation. But if Caitlyn Jenner can see how ridiculous this is, peak the world, Lia. Peak the world. Apparently there were a couple of races left when they filmed this, and gee, I wonder how they went. If anybody knows, I don't know if they've happened yet or whatever, let us know in the comments. And thanks so much for tuning in with me on this Friday night. And I have been Rad Mom with you out here in the garden doing feminism from a materialist perspective. So like the video if you had fun making fun of Caitlyn with me tonight. Subscribe to the channel for more stuff like this. Thank you so much to all you new subscribers. We are definitely getting the t-shirts, by the way. We're going to have a raffle, and 5 people are going to get a free t-shirt. So that's going to be hopefully coming up in the next couple of weeks. I'll be giving y'all updates on that when I know more. And thank you as always for tuning in with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.